All right, so getting ready for a job interview, it can feel kind of like prepping for a big game, right? But don't sweat it.
Uh,
In this deep dive, we're going to give you like all the tools to really just crush that paper hanger interview. We've got the RoleCatcher Career Guide, an interview guide for paper hangers
mm.
to really break down what this job is all about and how to answer those tricky questions, they love to throw your way. Plus, we'll even talk about how RoleCatcher's AI can give you a serious edge. Did you know that wallpaper is having like this major resurgence in interior design? It's not just your grandma's floral patterns anymore.
Yeah, it's true. Wallpaper is back in a big way. And it's so much more versatile than ever. We're seeing everything from like bold geometric designs to custom murals, creating these like unique and personalized spaces. So being a paper hanger today means you're not just a tradesperson, you're an artist.
Okay, so we're talking art and design, but let's get back to the basics. What does a paper hanger actually do day to day?
Well, at its core, paper hanging is about transforming spaces by applying wallpaper, with precision and skill. It's a blend of like meticulous craftsmanship, an eye for detail, and even a bit of problem solving, just thrown in there for good measure. You'll be working on projects of all shapes and sizes, from residential homes to commercial spaces, and even sometimes the occasional outdoor project.
Outdoor projects. That's a new one for me. I'm picturing wallpaper on a garden shed or something, but I'm sure it's a lot more sophisticated than that.
Oh, yeah. You'd be surprised. Think like weather-resistant wallpapers for like exterior building facades, unique designs for pool houses, or even just like decorative accents for like fences and garden walls. It's a niche area for sure,
Yeah.
but it really adds another layer of creativity to the job.
That's really cool. So we've got a job that's blending artistry, technical skills, and even like a touch of outdoor adventure. But let's be real. No job is perfect, right?
Ah,
What are some of the challenges that you might encounter as a paper hanger?
oh, you're absolutely right. It's not always glamorous. The job can be physically demanding at times. Lots of standing, lifting, reaching. And you do need to be mindful of potential chemical exposure, from adhesives and other materials. But the good news is, by following safety guidelines and using the proper protective gear, you can mitigate those risks and stay healthy.
Safety first. It's great that the career guide highlights those aspects. Now let's get to the heart of this deep dive. Acing that interview. We're going to walk through some common interview questions and really just break down how to craft strong, impactful answers. So imagine you're sitting across from the hiring manager and they ask, can you walk me through your experience in paper hanging? Where do you even begin?
Well, this is your chance to shine. They're looking for a concise but compelling narrative of your journey as a paper hanger. So start by highlighting any formal training or certifications you might have, like vocational courses or apprenticeships.
But what if I don't have any formal training? Like, let's say I'm completely self-taught or learned the trade through hands-on experience. Does that hurt my chances?
Not at all. In fact, some employers really value practical experience just as much as formal training. The key is to present your experience in a way that really showcases your skills and passion. If you're self-taught, talk about the projects you've tackled, the challenges you've overcome, and the unique techniques you've developed along the way.
So it's all about framing your experience
Yeah.
in a way that highlights your skills,
Yeah.
regardless of how you acquired them. Okay, so let's say I've laid out my experience. Now they ask, how do you ensure the wallpaper is installed correctly and without any defects? What's going through your head?
Well, this is where you really demonstrate. Your meticulous nature and your commitment to quality. They want to see that you take pride in your work and that you have a systematic approach to installation.
Because more than just saying I'm a perfectionist.
Right. Oh, definitely. Walk them through your process step by step. Talk about how you prep the walls, how you measure and cut with precision, and the techniques you use to apply adhesive evenly. Mention the tools you rely on for accuracy, like a plumb bob or a laser level, and emphasize your commitment to quality checks throughout the entire process.
That makes sense. It's about showcasing your process
Mhm.
and the specific steps you take to achieve those flawless results. Now, what if they follow up with, have you ever encountered a situation where a plumb bob wasn't enough to ensure a straight hang? How did you adapt?
That's a great follow-up question. It shows that they're looking for someone who can really think on their feet and find creative solutions. This is your chance to demonstrate your problem-solving skills. So maybe you had to improvise with a different leveling tool, adjust your technique based on the wall surface, or even just come up with a creative solution to work around an obstacle. The key is to showcase your ability to adapt and overcome those unexpected challenges.
So it's not just about having the right tools. It's about knowing how to use them effectively and adapt when things don't go exactly as planned.
Speaking of things not going as planned, let's talk about those tricky client interactions. What if they ask, how do you handle difficult clients or projects?
Well, this is where you demonstrate. You know your communication and interpersonal skills. They want to see that you can stay calm under pressure, handle difficult conversations with professionalism, and find solutions that satisfy everyone involved.
So if a client keeps changing their mind about the pattern or placement, how would I approach that in my answer?
Focus on active listening and clear communication. Explain how you would take the time to really understand their concerns. Patiently explain the implications of their requests and work collaboratively with them to find a compromise that aligns with their vision and the project's feasibility. It's about finding that sweet spot, right, between meeting their expectations and managing the project effectively. Now let's talk about staying up to date in the industry. What if the interviewer asks, how do you keep up with the latest trends and techniques in paper hanging?
Well, this is all about showcasing your passion and dedication to continuous learning. So mention any industry publications or websites you follow, online forums where you exchange ideas with other professionals, or even workshops and conferences you've attended. The career guide mentions that creating a portfolio of your work is a great way to demonstrate your skills and showcase your style. What do you think about that?
Oh, absolutely. It's like a visual resume.
Yeah.
That lets employers see your craftsmanship firsthand. It's especially valuable if you have experience with specialized techniques.
Or unique design elements.
Exactly. And even if you're applying for a job with a company, having a portfolio can really set you apart and demonstrate your commitment to your craft. Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground here. From highlighting your experience to demonstrating your problem-solving and communication skills. But I know we have like this secret weapon up our sleeve, RoleCatcher's AI. How can that help us take our interview trip to the next level?
It's like having a personal career coach right in your pocket. It analyzes job descriptions and breaks down the specific skills and experience employers are looking for, and it helps you tailor your resume and cover letter to really stand out from the crowd.
So it's not just about using the right keywords then, it's about understanding the nuances of what employers are actually looking for in a paper hanger.
Exactly. It goes way beyond simple keyword matching and really delves into the specific skills and experience that align with the job requirements. And here's where it gets really interesting. RoleCatcher's AI can actually help you prepare for the interview itself.
Wait, really? How does that work?
Well, it has this massive database of practice interview questions, including ones specifically for paper hangers, and you can practice answering these questions. And get this, the AI provides personalized feedback on your responses, so it helps you refine your content and your delivery.
That's incredible. It's like having a mock interview with a virtual coach, but without the pressure of a real person staring you down.
Precisely. It's all about building confidence and helping you present yourself in the best possible light. And if you upgrade to the RoleCatcher Copilot AI subscription, you unlock even more powerful features.
Okay, now I'm really intrigued. What kind of superpowers does the Copilot AI give you?
Well, one of the most helpful features is its ability to tailor your answers to specific job roles. It analyzes the job description, identifies the key requirements, and then suggests how to frame your responses to highlight the skills and experience that are most relevant to that particular employer.
So if the job description emphasizes attention to detail, the AI will nudge me to highlight those meticulous steps I take during installation.
Exactly. It's like having a personalized cheat sheet for each interview you go on. It ensures that your answers are laser focused on what the employer is looking for, and it's not just about what you say, it's also about how you say it. The Copilot AI includes a video practice feature where you can record yourself answering interview questions and receive feedback on your body language, your tone of voice, and your overall delivery.
That's amazing. I'm a visual learner, so having that visual feedback would be incredibly helpful. It's like having a personal stylist and speech coach all in one.
It really is. It helps you refine those nonverbal cues that are so crucial in making a good first impression.
This is all incredibly valuable. But before we move on, I want to touch on something you mentioned earlier about the artistic side of paper hanging. We talked about how wallpaper is making a comeback with all these amazing designs and customization options. What kind of unique design elements or wallpaper trends would you be most excited to work with as a paper hanger?
That's a great question. I'm personally fascinated by the resurgence of hand-painted wallpapers and murals. They bring a sense of artistry and personalization to a space that you just can't achieve with mass-produced designs. Imagine creating a whimsical forest scene for a child's bedroom or a stunning cityscape for a modern living room.
That's so cool. It's like bringing the walls to life with your own creativity.
Exactly. And there's something so satisfying about knowing that you've transformed a space with your own hands,
Mm.
adding a touch of beauty and personality. It's not just a job, it's a form of self-expression.
Okay, one last question before we wrap up this section. Let's say the interviewer asks, can you explain your experience working with different types of wallpaper? What's the best way to approach this one?
Well, this is all about showcasing your versatility and knowledge of different materials. So mention the various types of wallpaper you've worked with, like traditional paper, vinyl, fabric, textured, and even those specialty wallpapers like grass cloth or silk.
So if I have experience with more challenging materials or intricate installations like those hand-painted murals you mentioned earlier, should I definitely highlight that?
Absolutely. It demonstrates your range of skills and your ability to handle more complex projects. And if you've encountered any specific challenges or developed unique techniques for working with those materials, this is the perfect opportunity to share those insights.
That makes sense. It's about showcasing your expertise and passion for the craft. Now, let's say the interviewer throws this curveball. How do you handle a project with a tight deadline? This one always makes me a bit nervous.
Don't sweat it. This is a chance to showcase your time management skills, your ability to work under pressure, and your commitment to delivering quality work even when the clock is ticking.
Should I talk about how I prioritize tasks,
Hmm.
create a realistic schedule, and break down the project into manageable chunks?
Exactly. You want to demonstrate that you're organized, efficient, and can stay focused even when things get hectic. And if you have any specific examples of successfully completing projects under tight deadlines, this is the perfect time to share those stories.
All right. I'm feeling more confident already. Now let's imagine they ask, how do you manage a team of paper hangers on a large-scale project? I'm guessing this is where leadership skills come into play.
You got it. They're assessing your ability to lead, delegate, and motivate a team effectively. So describe how you would approach assigning tasks based on individual strengths, communicate clearly and efficiently, and foster a positive and collaborative work environment.
So I might talk about how I break down the project into phases, assign team members based on their expertise, and hold regular check-ins to track progress and address any issues that arise.
That's a great approach, and don't forget to mention how you create a supportive and encouraging environment where everyone feels valued and motivated to do their best work.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay, we've covered a lot of those tough interview questions, but let's be real. Sometimes the most challenging part of the job isn't the technical skills, it's dealing with those unexpected situations or difficult clients. Do you have any advice for navigating those tricky interpersonal dynamics?
That's a great point. Paper hanging isn't just about working with walls, it's also about working with people. One of the most important things is to always maintain a professional and respectful demeanor, even when you're dealing with a challenging client or situation. Remember, you're representing yourself and your business.
So even if the client is being unreasonable or demanding, it's important to stay calm and collected.
Exactly. Active listening is crucial. Take the time to understand their concerns and try to see things from their perspective. And if you encounter a situation where you need to set boundaries or push back on a request, do so assertively but respectfully.
It's about finding that balance between being accommodating and maintaining your professional integrity.
Right. And remember, communication is key. Keep the client informed throughout the process. Be transparent about any challenges or delays, and always strive to find solutions that meet both their needs and your professional standards.
That's really helpful advice. Now, I know we've talked a lot about the technical and interpersonal skills needed to be a successful paper hanger, but we haven't touched much on the business side of things. The career guide mentions the potential to start your own business. What are some of the key things to consider if you're thinking about going that route?
That's an excellent question. Starting your own business can be incredibly rewarding, but it also comes with its own set of challenges and responsibilities. One of the first things you'll need to consider is your business plan.
A business plan. That sounds a bit intimidating.
It doesn't have to be. It's basically a roadmap for your business. It outlines your goals, your target market, your marketing strategy, your financial projections, and all the other essential elements of running a successful business.
So like a blueprint for success.
Exactly. It helps you stay focused and organized, and it's also essential if you're seeking funding from investors or lenders.
That makes sense. What else should aspiring entrepreneurs keep in mind?
Well, marketing is crucial. You need to get the word out about your services and build a strong brand identity.
I imagine having a strong online presence is essential these days.
Absolutely. A professional website and active social media accounts are essential for showcasing your work, attracting clients, and building your reputation.
And of course, excellent customer service is paramount.
Couldn't agree more. Word of mouth referrals are gold in this industry, so building strong relationships with your clients is essential for long-term success.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground in this deep dive, from mastering the technical skills of paper hanging to navigating tricky client interactions and even exploring the entrepreneurial side of the profession. But before we wrap things up, I want to circle back to something we touched on earlier, the importance of staying ahead of the curve in this ever-evolving industry. How can aspiring paper hangers ensure they're continuously learning and developing their skills?
That's a great question. The world of interior design is constantly changing, with new trends, techniques, and materials emerging all the time. So it's crucial to stay curious, keep learning, and embrace new challenges. One of the best ways to do this is to connect with other professionals in the industry.
So networking is key.
Absolutely. Attend industry events, join online forums, follow influential designers and paper hangers on social media, and never be afraid to ask questions and seek advice from those who are more experienced than you.
It's like a continuous learning journey.
Exactly. And remember, don't limit yourself to just the technical aspects of paper hanging. Explore different design styles, experiment with new materials, and stay informed about the latest trends in interior design. The more you expand your knowledge and skills, the more valuable you'll become as a professional.
That's inspiring advice. Now, before we move on to our final thoughts, let's revisit the idea of using RoleCatcher's AI to gain an edge in your job search and interview preparation. We've talked about how it can help you tailor your resume and cover letter practice interview questions and even receive feedback on your delivery. But are there any other hidden gems within RoleCatcher that aspiring paper hangers might find helpful?
There are indeed. One of the most valuable features is RoleCatcher's vast employer database. It's a treasure trove of information about potential employers, including company culture, salary ranges, and even employee reviews.
So it's not just about finding a job, it's about finding the right job that aligns with your values and career goals.
Exactly. It's about making informed decisions and finding a workplace where you can thrive and grow.
This is all incredibly helpful.
Mm.
I feel like we've covered everything from A to Z when it comes to preparing for a paper hanger interview.
Yeah.
But before we officially sign off, I want to touch on something we haven't explicitly addressed, the emotional side of this career path. We've talked about the technical skills, the artistic elements, and the business aspects. But what about the passion and fulfillment that comes from transforming spaces and creating something beautiful?
That's so important and something that often gets overlooked. At the end of the day, paper hanging is about more than just, applying wallpaper. It's about creating these spaces that inspire and delight and enhance people's lives.
It's about making a house feel like a home.
Exactly. And that's where the real magic is. When you see the look on a client's face when they step into a freshly wallpapered room, when you witness how this simple change can transform a space and really just lift their spirits. That's where the true reward is.
It's about making a difference one wall at a time.
I couldn't have said it better myself. That sense of accomplishment, that feeling of knowing you've created something beautiful and meaningful, that's what fuels your passion and drives you to keep learning and growing.
So we've talked about the technical skills, problem-solving abilities, the importance of communication and client management, even the entrepreneurial spirit and the emotional fulfillment that comes with being a paper hanger. What are some key takeaways that you want our listeners to remember as they kind of embark on this journey to becoming a paper hanger?
Well, first and foremost, preparation is key. Whether you're studying for your certification exam, prepping for a job interview, or even just planning a complex installation, thorough preparation is what sets you up for success.
And don't forget to embrace those continuous learning opportunities.
Absolutely. The world of interior design is constantly changing, with new trends and techniques and materials emerging all the time. So it's so crucial to stay curious and keep learning and embrace those new challenges.
And, of course, don't underestimate the power of RoleCatcher's AI. It can be a game changer in helping you tailor your resume and practice those interview answers, and even find the perfect employer that really aligns with your values and goals.
It's like having a personal career coach guiding you every step of the way.
So to wrap things up, I want to leave our listeners with this thought as you step into the world of paper hanging. Really just embrace that blend of artistry and craftsmanship. Remember that you're not just covering walls, you're transforming spaces. You're inspiring creativity and enhancing lives.
Yeah, and never underestimate the power of your own unique vision and style.
Because in the world of interior design, there's always room for fresh perspectives and bold ideas. So go out there, unleash your creativity, and make your mark on the world one beautifully wallpapered wall at a time. And don't forget to sign up for a free RoleCatcher account to access all those amazing tools and resources we talked about. Until next time, happy hanging.